Hi, folks. Matthew here. I hope I have this going correctly so that I'm actually recording something. We'll see what happens. Um, so I want to go over some elements of setting and point of view with you. I do have actually a point of view video, which is really comprehensive, but I want to kind of touch on a couple things too. Um, okay, so in setting and point of view, and let me unhide this. Last time I didn't. In setting and point of view, um, so this is one of the 6 parts, right? So there's the 6 elements of fiction. We've got plot and character and setting and point of view and symbolism and theme. There are others that feed into that, like mood and tone. Mood and tone contribute to the theme. Figurative language contributes to the theme. Actually contributes to any of these things. But in particular, let's talk about setting. Normally, um, sorry about that. Normally, what we do with when we talk about setting is we're talking about time and place. So, for example, if you look, I'm just gonna kind of show you around. I'm gonna show you around my office here. This is my office, um, and so the setting, right, of this video is in an office that I've tried to kind of make comfortable and lots of books. And I kind of eventually want it to look like a Hufflepuff common room because, of course. Um, and so it's the place and the time. Let's see, the time right now is 1:11. So the time is 1:11 in the afternoon. And we could also talk about the time of year. So it's January, it's the winter. It is, what else? 2020, um, and so on and so forth. So, um, in essence, time and place or setting usually kind of stops there, right? But there's another dimension of setting, and it's something that I really want you to focus on when you're talking about setting, and it is the social environment. Um, so, um, so if we look at the location and the time, and let's also consider the the social environment here. Um, okay, so uh, if I am telling you a story and it's set in my office at 1:11 in the afternoon, the social environment for me might be the university climate, right? A college climate, where there's like kind of an air of academia and that kind of thing. Um, whereas um, if this were an office at 1:11 in the afternoon in a building downtown, it would change the setting completely just because the social environment changes. Um, the um, if we're talking about the turn of the century in the deep south, um, that is very different from say the turn of the 21st century in the deep south. Um, if we're talking about um, uh, a story set in the northern part of England or in Scotland, um, it is very different from a story set at Hogwarts, i.e., Harry Potter, even though they occur in the same space. So, setting is a really, really important important component. So you've got uh, locations, time periods, and social environments in Soldier's Home, and it would be different if. And I'm going to give you some options about this. Um, I'm going to let you actually have this video. It didn't work that well. So I put the video onto D2L, so I'll show you where that is. Um, you can either read Soldier's Home and It Would Be Different If, um, and you can do the writing assignment, the make a journal entry comparing either the setting or the POV in your two assigned stories. So they're both kind of shorter stories. Then I have to go back to the content. So in setting and point of view, you have a second option. The Cask of Amontillado is a story by Edgar Allan Poe. It's very, very good. And you can read that. It's actually in the textbook as well. And you can read it or you can listen to the audio version. I also have a Thug Notes version or Thug Notes summary and analysis of this. And you can do the plot diagram template. And I have a plot diagram template with an example here. And I'm going to change this slightly. And instead of plot diagram, I'm going to say plot diagram or POV and setting notes. Either one is fine with me. So when you're thinking about your journal notes, think about the way that you did the matrix, and you're going to say this is the setting for this particular story. You're going to talk about time, place, and social environment, and it's evident in this page on the text where it states, and write that out, and then it's meaningful or important to the reader, and so on and so forth. Because of X, Y, Z, and same thing with the point of view. The plot diagram is more basic, but so it just deals with like elements of plot and some other things that go in there. I would say that this is more like just examining the structure of a story itself, and then the notes are more like literary analysis, right? So complete the plot diagram or the POV setting notes as completely as you can. Not all spaces will be filled on the plot diagram, but most will be. Turn either assignment into this folder. There is no template for the POV and the setting notes, but there is a template for the plot diagram. This one's worth about 20 points. And let's go back to the content to make sure that I've hopefully touched on everything. So you can use the plot diagram template with example for this. So I've got just a couple of things here. So the way that it works is that you're just identifying the time, identifying the place, identifying some of the conflicts that happen. And this is with the Cask of Amontillado. And so the protagonist is Montresor, and the antagonist is Fortunato. And you kind of just go up here and talk about what happens in the story. And then the climax is the moment of highest tension. And then what happens in the rest of the story. And you can put some stuff in here. And it doesn't have to be complete if you don't understand the term or whatever. It just needs to be as far as you can get it yourself. So you can choose between either this, gosh, my brain is not working today. You can choose between either this assignment or the notes assignment. Either one is fine with me. And then one final thing, we're going to be taking a look at symbolism and theme. I think that starts next week. I'll have to check, which means that I'll have a video posted basically on Monday. The test will be open I've got it somewhere. The syllabus addendum. No, not the syllabus addendum, I think. It would be really helpful if I could figure out where I put my own content. I totally get that. Probably in Unit 1 Fiction. Yes, detailed plan. Okay. So in the detailed plan, if you scroll all the way down at the end of week 2, so the end of next week, you're going to be doing the fiction unit test, and I'll have it open for about a week so that you can do that. So let's look at this also real quick. So yep, setting POV, and then next week we'll talk about symbolism, and I think that we will take a look at Battle Royale. There's 2 stories that I'm kind of trying to choose from. So give me the rest of this week to kind of figure that out. It's either going to be Battle Royale or it's going to be Romero's Shirt. They're both excellent stories, and I haven't quite decided yet. So whichever one that we use for lesson 4, we will also use for the test at the end of the week. So please let me know if you need anything, and otherwise I will see you online, and shoot me an email or whatever, or welcome to call me and stuff. So yeah, have a wonderful week, and I will post again on Monday. Thanks.